Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time once again for another Road Lease Taken video. Again, I tend to do these quests really often. I just didn't last when I was recording the Road Most Taken video series. But, yeah, I don't know. I still really like this. This is Framework, aka MakingHamburger.quest. A guilty friend of mine actually can do this quest in like 90 seconds. I think it's a matter of like he goes and gets the ballista parts in exactly the right places and has an extremely good grasp of how to do the infight in such a way that it's very quick, and then he just gets out. But yeah, I'm not that fast, so we're gonna take a slightly longer route here. You need to talk to Dolores to not only get the quest, but to also get some Wand of Rock Solid Evidence. I tend to focus on spellcasters with this wand, but you can do champs or anything in particular that you find to be difficult, except for the red names. It's also important that if you're going to go through this direction that you aggro something through the front door when it's opened.
The sound of a warning bell echoes.
Alright, so you have a couple of different optionals in this quest. You do not let the Minotaurs raise an alarm, which means kill everything before they ring the bell. But then also there's like 10,000 Slay Minotaur quests, which the only way you can kind of get enough of those is by having them ring the bell. So you kind of have to pick and choose which way you want to go. Them ringing the bell is, I believe, more experience in the long run. Just having them ring all the bells along the way. That was one heck of a head down run. We ran up a probably 10-foot wall there.
The sound of a warning bell echoes down the street.
All right, so this is how if I'm ranged, one of the things that I kind of like to do is I like to stand up here. The reason I like to stand up here is because it's not that monsters won't get up here, but if they do get up here, I can turn one to stone, kind of right here on this bridge like I just did, and they can go through, but they tend to struggle to go through the guys turned into stone here. Not everything, though. Right over that guy too. Alright, challenges in this quest. These red named Minotaurs are actually pretty tough. They do big heals, they like to do negative energy damage, or apply negative levels to you, which is what you just saw most likely, was them trying to neg level me. The little pains. Man, very few of these guys are getting paused on that today, huh? Like I said, and I kind of just like standing up tall and working my way through the various monsters in the quest. If you're ranged. If you're melee, it's a little bit trickier. You gotta get down there and get to work, but this is significantly less risk, right? See that. There's any chance that guy's going to get dead before he gets here. Oh, there's another Cabal Seer. What's he cost? He dropped a fragment at my feet. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so those little red name guys, there are 3 of them floating around. If your DPS is not the most insane, I would highly recommend trying to take them out before the trigger the infight. If you don't have them killed before the infight, they will charge at you. So then you'll have 3 additional red named shenanigans to deal with. Alright. I think we have most of the things in our immediate vicinity cleared up. We'll loot our chest in the battle pit. And then we're gonna come back around this direction. Oh. This is the other area of the quest that I really kind of like to stand at. Strong likelihood I'll end up back here for the actual infight. I personally feel like this is a really good spot for Durham to stand to be able to heal me while I kind of jump back and forth between. So like I can jump from here, I can jump back to here. Either I put Durham here or I put Durham here. In fact, let's put him here today. I just got a paranoid feeling. So if you're jumping back and forth between this spot and that spot, the monsters have to run back down and around to come up and get you. So it's a really good way to basically make the monsters path around to be able to attack you.
The sound of a warning bell.
Alright, so the third chest is not over here, which means that the last seer is on the other side of the map here. We'll take him out before we start the fight. What's left? What's left over here? I thought, yeah, there's at least one caster. Alright. So now we gotta go across the bridge to get the other guy. I suppose this is also a good time to talk about the shrines in this quest. There are 2. One's kind of over here in the distance with in the middle of like a pit. The other one is right up there. So if you find yourself in trouble, or starting to get in trouble, you might want to gently make your way in this direction and kind of be prepared to get towards the quest, or towards the shrine. I have, in fact, had situations where this would be an excellent guy to, like, turn to stone and make into a bridge, but I think I'd rather go to the collectible here. Or the option. But yeah, numerous times I've actually had to, especially on much higher Reapers, I've had to make sure to be ready to clear this path. Speaking of, let's also go around, do a couple things here. One, there are various ballista parts laying around the quest. Depending on your repair skill, you can use them to repair ballistas based off how many parts you pick up, I believe. And you can use those ballistas to, like, shoot yourself into around the quest, around and whatnot. So here's the back gate, the Fisher's Gate. You can jump over this, over the gate right here. So if for some reason you can't get the back or the front gate open, just come around and you can get right in there. Let's see. Also, if you decide to get all the Minotaurs optional, you'll have to go over to this section of the city. I'm not going to do that today. There are a couple collectibles in there, though, so keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out. There's a small handful of places that the chests can spawn for those red names. Alright. Yeah, looks good. This ramp is trapped. There's 2 traps on each side. In the event that you cannot disable the traps, what I recommend doing, and I'll just do it with this side, is I recommend like a sideways jump. And then you can go up here a little ways and you can do the same thing.
Gifts are acceptable, says the
Clear
military
that.
chieftain. But they will not be enough
those
to
off
hire
without
my
too
people
much of
as
a problem.
mercenaries. War is expensive.
Alright, so we need to come up close enough to activate this fight, and then I like to jump up here.
The Medusa says, what we are looking for is a wise governor for the annexed city of Stormreach. Would the plunder of, taxes cover your costs?
Then I like to try to get the chieftain out here.
Sagely. You drive a hard bargain, Ambassador Hestis. I accept.
Alright, so theoretically now at this point we could leave. Right, we've done all the things. But we're not ready, right? There's chests to get. Maybe too late. We may have killed that guy before you could tell those guys to come get us.
The sound of a warning bell echoes down the streets. More Minotaurs pile out of the nearby buildings to see what's going on.
Alright, so one of the things that are strategies that I like to use here is I like to use these up ramps again as a choke point area. So if you're kind of up here a little bit, this is a good spot to I should have rolled backwards. But this is a good spot to kind of run around in the chance that you need a minute to like throw some heal scrolls or some other way, shape, or form. Killed that guy too soon. He didn't activate these red names. Bummer. Oh, but it's going to give me the chest for free. I'll take it. So normally these 2 guys will actually, during the speech, if the Minotaur's alive long enough, he'll yell at these guys and they'll come attack you. This guy, of course, has the problem of disappearing, coming back a second time, and this guy, I believe, you can turn to stone if you'd like. Not that I would necessarily recommend it. Alright, so let's, we could go back to Dolores here. You could take this ballista. It's already fixed. You click on it, and it would throw you across the room back towards Dolores. Before we do that, though, we're actually going to go peek around the outside explorer zone just a little bit here. A couple of things that, it's not really an explorer zone, but it's outside the castle, right? Outside the castle. There are a couple of optionals out here that you may or may not feel the desire to check out from time to time. It's up to you. But I know that during the Maybar event, coming back this direction is after the infight there in the middle is something that I tend to do to pick up the rest of my stars. Like the shambling mound that appears in here during the Maybar event. So don't get that confused with now, but I believe there can be a special spider there though. We do not have today. And then I mentioned that other rest shrine / resurrection shrine being kind of out in the distance down inside of the pit. We're about to go down into not down into the pit, but we'll be able to see it. The optional happens to be down here when I go down into the pit. There it is. The other optional is like a sleeping giant. I believe he's usually right at the shrine, so doesn't look like we get any of the sweet optionals today. that's pretty much the quest in a nutshell. Unfortunately, we didn't get these optionals. We don't need the shrine. I do want to get this ice soul just because I want to see if he drops a fragment for us. And he did. So we're going to loot that fragment, and then we're just going to detour. No reason to fight normal monsters. Alright, so we're going to tell Dolores whatever you want to do. If you've accomplished, don't stop killing all the Minotaurs and kill something different for a change. She'll give you a chest. I typically don't find it to be worth the hassle of time, but you know, you're welcome to do so. Like I said, I believe Distributed has a path where he collects a few of the ballista ingredients parts from out here, and then he like jumps over, I think this ballista, shoots over, and then he's like really close to another ballista that he can shoot into the infight area. So there's a path to do this quest very quickly. I don't know what it is. If I learn it, I will do another video on it in the future. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please slam those like, subscribe, follow buttons. I really appreciate it. And you know, we'll see you guys real soon. Toodles.